Alright, hi everyone. So I just went on a little trip with my mom just for a couple days because all of my trips consist of medical situations. I'm either going to see a doctor, having a surgery, whatever. And I was like, I just want to go away, not for surgery. So we did. We went down to Maryland for a couple days and we just went to bookstores and stuff, like low-key, easy things for me to do. But while I was there, I did plenty of shopping, obviously. So I thought I'd do a little haul of all the things I got. Or at least all the books I got. Maybe I'll do the other items I got too while I'm at it. So let's start with the books. First thing I got was God of Fury by Rena Kent. I'm still in my like MM romance era, so I thought this might help me get out of it, because if I read this, maybe I will get in the mood for more of her books and then I can read her other books. And this was from a bookstore called Browse About Books in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Also from that bookstore, It Seemed Like a Good Idea by Lauren Blakely. It sounded fun. I like a bodyguard romance. It's because her sister's an actress, her twin is an actress. I have a theater degree. It seemed right up my alley, so I bought it. I'm gonna save those two last. I then got It Happened on a Sunday by Tracy Wolff. I got this in Bethany's Books in Bethany, Delaware, Bethany Beach, Delaware, something like that. This is basically pop star, like, romance. It says emotional romance about fame, survival, and choosing love against all odds. So I don't know, it reminded me of Full Tilt, and I really loved that book, so I thought that might be fun. Then I got Just Friends by Haley Pham, because I've been seeing it everywhere, and I've been following Haley since before I even remember her being a book account. I believe I followed her when she was just like a dance account. And I really enjoyed watching her write this book, like the process she went through of writing it. I feel like I learned a lot from watching her write this book. So obviously I have to read it. Then I got Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I have yet to read an Abby Jimenez book. I was supposed to read this last year for a book club that I wound up not being able to go to. So I never read the book. And it was cheap. It was $14. Like on sale. It says it has a reversible it does. It has a reversible dust jacket. Oh my god, that's beautiful. That is so pretty. I love that. Okay, well that's exciting. So I got that. That was purely just because I want to read an Abby Jimenez book. That's the whole reason I got this. I've not read any of her books and I really want to. I just haven't gotten into it, and I feel like that one kind of seemed fun and I want to try it. Then I got Daydream by Hannah Grace. I have yet to read this book and I desperately want to, because I want to read about Henry's story, because I love Henry. Henry's so adorable. And this was from the Book Drop, which is a branch of Bethany's Books. And they give you, all these little bookstores give you a bookmark in like every book you buy. And they're all different. I got Daydream. Next I got Wings of Starlight by Allison Saft. I love Tinkerbell. Literally, this one's so pretty too, and it says cozy up with a good book. Literally, I love Tinkerbell. My mom, when we went to Disney a couple years ago, oh my god, almost 10 years ago, made me take a picture with Tinkerbell because she was like, you literally are Tinkerbell. For a long time when I was acting, I desperately wanted to audition for Tinkerbell at Disney World. My only hang up was I don't like heights. So, you know, Tinkerbell has to fly. So it was going to pose a little bit of a problem, but it's fine. While I was there, the Book Drop is a used bookstore as well, so I got a bunch of used books really cheap, and I had a bunch of books I really wanted to read and a bunch of books that I don't know where I was going with that. I had Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I have Meet Me at the Lake and This Summer Will Be Different, and I wanted Every Summer After so I could read Every Summer After and then read One Golden Summer. This also has a really cute bookmark. It's Fall Into a Good Book. I love the bookmarks. They're so adorable. Then I got Wicked Surf by Grace Riley. It's hockey and volleyball, and that seemed fun to me. This one's a lighthouse. Obviously, they all have the address of the book drop on them, but like, they're all cute. Next, I got Savor It by Tara DeWitt. Purely because Larry loves this book. That's literally my whole reasoning. Larry loves this book. She said it's a really good book. I've decided that I have to try it. Also, the chef thing kind of got me because I really liked The Nanny because I liked the dynamic of he was a chef. And like, that was a little different because obviously she was his nanny, so she lived in his house. So we saw them like late at night when he was getting home from his shift. But I thought it was interesting to like see the life of a chef who basically only works a night shift but also does work during the day. So I thought that was interesting. I screeched. I screeched. I don't own a single Addicted Calloway book. They're all on my Kindle. Apparently you don't own the books on your Kindle. They're just borrowed. You have the rights to them or whatever. I found Addicted after all. And I cried. I was so excited. I've never read the back of this book. Oh my gosh. I loved this book too. I don't know if it's my favorite Addicted book, but I did really enjoy this book. I did really love that. Oh, there's bonus content. Lily's 24th birthday questionnaire. I fear I have to read that. And this is Rose's 26th birthday. Are we just covering all the birthdays? Reich's 26th birthday. Oh, I think this is snippets out of the show. Anyway, I don't know if it was my favorite, but I did really enjoy that one because that is when she's pregnant with Maximoff, and I think watching them kind of come to terms with like, yeah, they're addicts, but like they can be good parents was really cute to watch. So I really enjoyed that. Then because it was there and I was getting one and I kind of was like, why not get the other one? I got Stealing Home by Grace Riley. I own Breakaway. I don't know about, I don't own First Down. I don't know if I'd want to own First Down, but I do own Breakaway. So that'll be fun. Then I got another author that I've wanted to read for a really long time. Oh, this one has a teddy bear. It's a Valentine's Day one, but who cares? Then I got another book that I've wanted to read for a really long time. What was in this one? This was another White House. It was Addicted. Oh, this one was cool. It says Booked and Busy. And that's Happy Place by Emily Henry. I've not read a single Emily Henry book. Don't yell at me. I feel like I have to, right? I mean, everyone does. I do. Oh, that's a lie. I haven't read it, but I do own Great Big Beautiful Life. But I thought it would be fun to read Happy Place. I did almost get the special editions of Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation. But I wanted that and Daydream, and then I also wanted some other books that I got, including Wings of Starlight, and I kind of just chose and was like, I'd rather get the books I know I'm going to enjoy than a completely unknown author. Granted, Wings of Starlight is an unknown author for me, but I did think I'd enjoy that based on the Tinkerbell connection. So I felt pretty confident that I'd enjoy that. Emily Henry, I was not sure. A lot of people love her, some people don't. And I was like, I don't want to own these special editions if I'm not gonna like her books. So we will see. This is actually the first book I bought on my trip, and it's Burn Bright, because I need to read Ben's story, like, so badly. Like, I think I might skip the rest of the Like Us series and go to Burn Bright and then go back. That was from the Kiss and Tale in Collingswood, New Jersey, and the workers that worked there were so nice, and I literally loved them so much. And they were talking to me about the book and all of that. A bunch of these are signed too. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so yeah, so it's the Kiss and Tale, and I was talking to them about the books and everything, and it was just so much fun. So while I was there, they had blind date with the book, so obviously I had to get one, and I got Pucking Strong, which came with a little card, some book tabs, a sticker, and a bookmark that says booked on hockey romance. It is signed, which I actually am very excited about, because all of my Emily Rath books are signed. I went to a signing with her a couple years ago, so I'm very excited that, like, they all match. Pucking Strong I read 2 weeks ago, which I thought was really funny, because I didn't obviously know I was getting this book, but I did kind of want to get a hard copy of this book because I really enjoyed it. And also, I've been learning Swedish, which is a random language to learn, but a lot of my favorite hockey players are Swedish, so, or some of them. So I wanted to learn Swedish for some reason, and I've actually been really good at it. I've been doing it for like 2 months now, and I have a 36 day streak on Duolingo, and I'm actually really good at the Swedish. I also am learning Italian and French, but I'm not as good at those, which is funny because I am French and Italian. Well, I'm Italian. I think I'm part French, like a little bit French. I'm very little Swedish too, but like way less. Like, I grew up in an Italian household. It's weird that like Italian's not the one I took to, but that is what I took to. So I've been learning Swedish, and if you know Pucking Strong, Henrik in this is Swedish, and he adopts his niece because her mom has, I don't want to ruin it, so I'll just say he adopts his niece. This is falling over. This tower is so high. He adopts his niece, and she also speaks Swedish. Like, she is a native Swedish speaker, like he is obviously, but like she lived in Sweden where he was living in America, so like he was speaking English way more often than she was. So there's a lot of Swedish in this book, and I thought it was really cool that while I was reading it, I kind of knew a decent amount of the Swedish without having to like translate it or look it up. So I'm really excited to own a copy of this, because I feel like it would be cool to go through and highlight the Swedish and write in the translations to like remember this as the book I read when I was learning Swedish and understood. So yeah, and I didn't know it was signed when I got it. Next, I got Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Listen, I watched the space launch, and I was in a space mood. Like, I'm finishing Hexed right now, and then I'm going to read Project Hail Mary, and then I'm moving on to probably some of these books. I was in a space mood, so that's really the only explanation I have for this book. Also, I heard a lot of people say it's really good. Larry read it, Larry liked it, Sarah read it, Sarah liked it. Like, lots of people read this book and said it was good, so I'm hoping I love it. The end pages are gorgeous. I love that. But yeah, I'm gonna read this soon probably, because I do want to read it while I'm still in the mood for a space book, or a like NASA-ish book. Next, I got Starside by Alex Astor. I wanted to read this. It was there. They happened to have signed copies at the book drop, and here, hold on. Where is the signature? There. And I was like, it's a signed first edition, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it, because why not? I knew I wanted to read it. It was just kind of one of those, like, I was waiting to get it. I waited a lot for this trip for books because I didn't want to spend money on books. I don't have money right now because I can't work. So I didn't want to spend a ton of money on books before the trip and then not have money on the trip. So I saved all my money from like Christmas for this trip to buy books. So that's how I bought all these books. But ultimately I was like, I do want to read Starside. I do think I'm going to want a hard copy of Starside. I don't have hard copies of the Lightlark series, and at this point, my issue with big series and buying the hard copies is that at a certain point it becomes so expensive. Like, I'd love to own ACOTAR and Throne of Glass and Crescent City, but I sit there and I look at it and I'm like, that's so much money. Like, that's a couple $100 worth of books at one time. So I haven't, just because it's one series, like, and it's books that I've already read or I am reading, and I don't know, I just didn't want to do that. Maybe if I find like a box set at some point that's super cheap on like TikTok or something, I'll get them, but I don't usually do those. So I kind of was like, obviously I'm probably not going to buy Lightlark, but Starside I probably will, especially because I found the first edition and it was signed and I was like, you know what, why not? Then I had my mom pick out 2 books for me, and I'm going to do a video of reading the books my family picked out for me because my brother also picked a book out for me like last month. And she picked this book, Smoke and Scar by Gretchen Powell Fox. It says, birthed in a shadow, forged in fire, bound by fate, neither can escape. And it is the first in a 3-book series, and the second book is out and the third book comes out I think in October, like right after my birthday, so that kind of works out perfect. And the second book she picked was Mistakes Were Made by Lucy Score, which is a literary agent in a small town, and like her landlord or something. I'm not really sure, we'll find out. I'll do a video and I'll read the backs of those in that video and then read them and like vlog reading them. So that's what I got book wise. So first my mom got me a little mushroom because I like mushrooms. I don't know why. I always find mushrooms. And then she got me I Don't Believe in Humans, and it's a little unicorn. So because I had a condition that was called, like having it, they said you were a unicorn. So then I got a Heated Rivalry sticker, because duh. I got a pickle tarot card sticker, because I have POTS, so I eat pickles all the time. And then I got the bookshelf tarot card sticker. I don't know why, I just liked it. I got... This came with my blind date with a book. It says Here for the Spice. And then my mom picked these ones out. This one says Hockey Romance. This one's Scale. This one says It's Only the Body That's Fragile, You Are Unbreakable. I believe Taryn says this. Then it says Currently Medicating with Romantasy. Read Daily, Cry Often, Winged Men, Emotional Damage, and Slow Burn Spice. And then lastly, I got, It's Me, Hi, I'm the Problem, It's Me. Because I usually am the problem, in terms of, like, medical things. So I got all those. They're gonna go on my Kindle, probably, at some point. And then, yeah. I'm gonna go read. And I'm posting on TikTok just, like, a little show of what books I got. I should put these away, actually. But, yeah. Have a great day. I'll see you next week.